There are a lot of misconceptions about the role of exercises in arthritis. Everybody knows that exercise is good for health, but when it comes to arthritis, a common perception is that one should not exercise as it makes the pain worse or arthritis worse. Many people think that by walking, the knee joint or other leg joints wear out more. In this talk, I will present how exercises can improve the symptoms of the arthritis directly by helping the joints and indirectly by helping to reduce the body weight. We can maintain our joints healthy by the right mix of diet and exercises. As we all know, we are not working as much physically as our previous generations as our lifestyles have become more sedentary. There may be more of a mental activity which may add to the stress. We need not go around fitness centers to stay healthy. Doing household work properly is a good exercise. That is also a good stress buster. If somebody has constant pain, they will feel depressed, which makes them feel even more pain. But due to this pain, if one takes too much of the rest, they lose morale and the pain becomes even more, or at least they will feel more pain. The best way to get rid of all this pain and suffering cycle is exercise. So, what are the direct benefits of the exercises? There are many benefits like it helps to improve the digestion and helps in controlling our weight. It reduces blood sugar and cholesterol levels. It reduces blood pressure and heart diseases. At the same time, it also helps in delaying certain diseases like osteoporosis, where the bones become a little brittle. It makes us more flexible, and a little exercise makes us sleep better. Still, there are other benefits. It improves our immune power. That means our body resistance gets better and we do not get the diseases very easily. Even if we get, we can fight them very well and effectively. The exercise also boosts up our brain power and memory power, and it improves our confidence. A little exercise makes you ready for the day's work both mentally and physically. It also helps us to overcome from depression. Now we shall discuss a little on the types of exercises. Each type has its own benefits. Basically, there are three types of exercises. Firstly, range of movement exercises, which help us to maintain the full flexibility at the joints. Second exercise is strengthening exercise, which helps us to increase the strength, that is power in our muscles. And lastly, general exercises, which help us to stay fit and healthy. There is a good quote here which says, a sensible exercise does not wear out our joints, which means that exercises done properly protect our joints and they do not cause any further wear and tear. All these range of movement exercises help in maintaining full stretchability of a given joint. They can also work like the warm-up stretches, which can be done before any other exercise session. Our Indian yoga postures fall into this category. They increase the flexibility of our joints. Here, these are simple warm-up exercises for the neck, which can be done at any time. They are very important for sedentary workers. There are different warm-up exercises for other joints like shoulders and back. The next type of exercise is to improve the power of our muscles. A simple exercise of lifting the leg against the gravity helps us to increase the thigh muscle power, which can be done by all of us. Many times, physiotherapists teach these exercises to our patients to strengthen different parts of the body. Weightlifting is, of course, a more professional way of increasing the muscle power, which is not for all of us. This is the third and last type of exercise, which will increase our endurance or exercise tolerance. Brisk walk for 30 minutes would help you to stay fit and healthy. This can be done by any person of any age group. When it comes to the exercises, many patients complain saying that their joints are too swollen and painful and hence they cannot exercise. You need not worry. Give a short period of rest and splint your painful joint for some time. Your doctor and physiotherapist can advise you on this. Start with some basic exercises immediately after the swelling has come down. If you have not done any exercise before, start under proper guidance. Patients have some psychological myths and fears that they cannot exercise. Many feel that the exercise may damage their worn out joints even further and they should not exercise, etc. This is not so. It is important to reduce the stress on our joints so that you can exercise better and easily. This can be done by number 1, maintaining ideal weight, number 2, good footwear. Soft and good sole of the footwear works like a shock absorber on our foot, leg, knee, hip and spine. Number 3 is to take help from walking aids. These can help to share some of our body weight and help to reduce stress on one or both legs. We should follow a simple protocol, especially if you are a beginner. Start with proper breathing exercises which help in relaxation at the same time. It also presets the body for a physical activity. Then start simple exercises on alternate days for about 2 weeks for your body to get used to. If you can exercise without getting breathless, that means you are exercising at your optimum level. If you are getting breathless, slow down a little. At the same time, do not give too much of rest as your muscles get weaker and the joints may stiffen up. Most of you must be aware of the word balanced diet, which contains a right mix of all types of the food items. Similarly, we are here introducing a concept of balanced exercises. Try different types of exercises, each one a little bit in the given time, or different exercises at different times of the day whenever you get a chance, like a little bit of walking, a little bit of cycling, or any other exercise you like. A balanced diet would contain different food items. Similarly, a balanced exercise should contain different types of exercise in different amounts. We eat at least 3 times a day. Similarly, it is a good idea to distribute our physically heavy house jobs through the day with proper intervals in between. You feel less tired. 15 to 20 minutes of exercise a day will make you feel a lot more fitter. Exercises should be selected and done according to our need and interest. If we try something without much interest, soon we are going to stop it. Finally, listen to your body and adjust the frequency and intensity of exercises. As we all know, weight is an important factor for arthritis. Exercises play an important role in weight control. Initially, when we start exercising, there is a chance of increasing the appetite, but regular exercises suppress the hunger. So, avoid occasional severe exercise. Regular exercises suppress the appetite by releasing some hormones and raising the body temperature. Exercises increase the metabolism of our body, which helps in burning more calories and thus helps in reduction of our weight. So always try to be active throughout the day so we can burn more calories and thus lose more weight and indirectly protecting our joints. So how does the exercise burn the fat? As I already mentioned, regular exercise release some hormones in the body which help in mobilizing the fat from the storage sites and burning the fat. We can also get a feedback on how much energy we spent while performing a particular physical activity. If we multiply average rate of energy expenditure for that activity with the amount of time we spent on that particular activity, we will get the energy cost of that activity. Different activities like walking, running and swimming expend different amounts of energy. These calculations help the physiotherapists and dietitians to plan an activity for a particular patient. This chart shows the amount of calories present in different food items. In the same way, we can get the calorie cost of each activity for a given amount of time. So, if you have one extra pulka today, then you may work out extra to burn out that extra calorie. Walking for 20 minutes burn about 100 calories of energy, out of which 80 calories would be from fat and 20 would be from carbohydrates. There is a good relation between arthritis, diet and exercise. Strict diet control alone leads to loss of body fat and thus one loses weight. But unfortunately, it also leads to loss of muscle by losing protein. Weight loss will be there, but one becomes weak and may not be able to protect the joints due to weak muscles. Similarly, exercises alone might make a person fit, but exercises, especially running and jogging, can damage leg joints even more by putting additional load on them, as the person may remain very heavy due to continuous dietary intake despite regular exercises. A balanced combination of diet control and exercise will help lose excess fat but preserves muscles and make them fitter. Weight reduction leads to less load on the leg joints. Strong and fit muscles protect the joints. Thank you for watching our Healthy Joint Club video, which explains the relationship between the exercise and arthritis. I hope it has helped to clarify some of your doubts. Thank you.